then let me share you facts, what transpired over the 12 months of all of us, working together hand in hand. Sabi sa kanto, kailangan ng may wenta. Pasensya na kayo, but maybe sometimes when you come to think of it, it sounds logical. Then let me begin with our coffers. Sabi nga, ang pinakamahalagang kwento ay ang kwenta. Kaya sa aking unang ulat, uunahin kong ilahad sa inyo ang kalalagayan ng kaban ng bayan o syudad ng lungsod ng Maynila. Ang pananalapi nito. The revenue collection of the city of Manila has increased by 5.91%, amounting to 693 million pesos based on comparative data from the previous administration's collection covering the same period of July 1, 2018 to May 31, 2019, and during our time, July 1, 2019 to May 31, 2020. Mataas pa rin ang naging income ng lungsod ng Maynila. Sa kabila ng, at huwag niyong kakaligtaan, sa kabila ng ang konsehong ito ay aking hiningan ng tulong na patawarin ang ating mga kababayang nangabaon sa utang. At hindi naman ako tinanggihan ng ating minamahal na Vice Mayor Hani Lacuna, ni Majority Floor Leader Joel Chua at ninyo ng mga konsihal. Tayo ay nagbaba. Isa sa pinakamahabang kasaysayan ng tax amnesty sa lungsod ng Maynila noong July 1 hanggang December 2020. At hindi po nagtapos diyan. Kung maalala ng ating mga tagapanood, ng mga kababayan, at 10 ng ating mga kasamaan sa partidong lokal na tinawag na Asenso Manileño, isa sa mga binitawan nating salita sa ating mamamayan, hindi lang natin gagawin ang amnestiya, ibababa pa natin ang buwis sa lungsod ng Maynila. Bagay na muli ninyong ginawa. At naaprubahan nga ang 20% reduction of real property taxes on all classes of real property. And mind you, as we have promised, we will continue despite of this hardship. We will pursue our plan, our goal, na itama sa makatwirang pamamaraan ang pagbubuwis sa lupa sa lungsod ng Maynila. Hindi ito dapat ang maging dahilan upang umangat ang salapi ng Maynila ay magbuwis sa tao. Ang dapat gawin natin bilang gobyerno ay maging mainam at masinop na kunin at tanggapin ang buwis na binibigay ng mamamayan, ay binabayad ng mamamayan. So it is in the efficiency, not in the numbers. And we did, because records will show. Bumaba rin ang ating internal revenue allotment sa kadahilan ng maraming nagparti-parti sa buong Pilipinas at hindi may kukubli at may tatanggi. At ang pinakamasakit sa lahat, habang papatake off pa lang tayo, tinamaan tayo ng pandemya. Huminto ang mundo. Pero magkaganon pa man, mga kasamaang kong halal ng bayan, malugod kong ipabatid sa inyo na nakuha pa natin itaas ang income. Bagay na aking pinagpapasalamat sa ating mga empleyado ng lungsod ng Maynila sa kanilang pagiging episyente. However, when we glean through the revenue centers of the city government, 10 out of 18 have performed above par using the same comparative data for the period of July 1 to May 31 for the last 2 consecutive years. And let me share you. General Services Office, 706% increase. City Planning Development Office, 189% increase. Manila Traffic Parking Bureau, 186% increase. Income from 6 hospitals, 114% increase. Universidad de Manila, 13% increase. Manila Health Department, 10% increase. Veterinary Inspection Board, 7% increase. Department of Public Service, 6.41% increase. City Treasurer's Office, 1.74% increase. Bureau Permits, 1.47% increase. At bilang pagtatapat naman sa mamamayan, na bagay ding malaman ng ating mga kababayan at ninyo na mga halal ng bayan, hindi lahat na pagtatagumpayan. Kaya noong nakaraang meeting namin ng Lunes ay tinawagan na ng pansin ang mga sumusunod na ahensya ng ating lokal na pamahalaan. Department of Assessment, 3% decrease. And there must be a reason. And I'm telling you, it's there already. A few minutes ago, sinabi ko sa inyo, dahil tayo, imbis na nangangailangan ng buwis, nagbababa pa ng buwis. There must be a valid reason. Department of Engineering, 20% decrease. Civil Registry, 21% decrease. Police Clearance, 0.95% decrease. Urban Settlement Office, 27% decrease. Tricycle and Regulatory Office, 21.69% decrease. Public Recreation Bureau, 82% decrease. And before asking yourselves why, sarado po ang Manila Zoo. Just so you know. To remind each and every one of you. But I will go there later on. Market Administration, 14% decrease. Kaya may tagumpay, may shortcomings. And I hope they will do better in the coming months or for the rest of the year. But let's be practical about our conversation. There will be economic effect. sooner or later, it is inevitable. In a matter of few months, mararamdaman na natin yan nangyari noong second quarter of this year, on the latter part of the 2020. Samantala, kahit na tayo may pandemya, dumami pa rin ang bilang ng new business permit sa ating lungsod. From July 1, 2019 to June 25 of 2020, kumpara sa parehong panahon ng nakaraang liderato. And let me state some numbers. New business registered 8,665 from July 1, 2019 to June 2020. New business registered noong panahon nila, 8,272 with the same period in the past. Renewals of permit, 51,022 during our time, and 50,393 in the past. Samantalang walang ganap ng nakaraang 3 buwan nitong taon na ito. Muli, mga kasamahan kong halal ng bayan, pakatatandaan natin na mas malaki pa rin ang bilang ng business registration at renewal of business permit sa ilalim ng pagsasama-sama nating paglilingkod sa bayan. And we will continue to find ways to help our people to do business in the city of Manila, particularly in the coming months. We must help our people. We should find an out-of-the-box idea on how are we going to provide opportunity to those people who are gravely economically affected with the COVID-19 pandemic, so that we can generate taxes, opportunity for our people, and jobs for Manileños in the coming months. Pero gusto ko ring ipaalala sa inyo na may mga bagay na sa maliit nating kaparaanan kung bakit nagkakaganyan na patuloy na lumalago, unti-unti, baby steps, dahil sa mga polisiya at programa, lalo na naitatag nung nakaraang taon. Ang pagkakatatag ng Business One-Stop Shop, even Secretary Lopez of DTI praised the system sapagkat the business permit processes was cut from 11 steps to 3 steps. It is now done in one location from previous 8 locations. When all requirements are complied with, the business permit is released, and it was tested for so many times. For 2 hours. Gone are the days when one has to wait for 10 days or up to 2 weeks for the release of permit. At recently, nais ko po ipabatid sa inyo, mga kasamahan kong halal ng bayan, at magandang siyasatin nyo rin. Hindi lang po tayo tumigil sa business one-stop shop. In fact, now, because of this adversity, we took advantage of this adversity in our favor to serve our city better in a very innovative way by adapting to technologies. And I can honestly say, and modesty aside, I think we are the first and the only city government in the entire country who introduced an end-to-end solution in tax payment system, now known as www.cityofmanila.ph or Go Manila. The digital platform for real-time transaction and online payments with the city government is now fully operational. Using the integrated platform, real-time transaction with the city government from comfort of your homes or wherever you are. And I'll tell you some stories by user experience. Our immigrants, OFWs, all over the world, now able to pay real property tax habang sila ay nasa ibang bansa. Ikinalugod nila. Bagay naman na aming ikinagagalak sapagkat lahat ng ito'y nasa pangarap lang namin nung araw. Nasa kwentuhan lang to. Ngayon, may kwenta na. Sort of saying, mga kababayan. Wala nang pila. Wala nang matagal na queuing. Wala nang palipat-lipat na window. Nagbabayad ka na ng buwis, pinahihirapan ka pa ng gobyerno. At ang pinakamasakit, habang naglalakad ka sa mga alley ng building na ito, ng gusaling ito, natulongges ka pa. Wala na ang mga panahon na yon. At napabuti dahil patuloy na pinatutupad ng national government ang physical distancing in government and delivering public service. Kaya yung ating kahinaan ay ginamit nating pagkakataon na mas maging epesyente. Ngayon lang ako nakaririnig. At ito'y hindi chismis. Ito ay mga isinulat na mga naka-eksperyensya na. Ngayon lang ako nakarinig na ang tao nakangiti na nagbabayad ng buwis sa lungsod ng Maynila. Kung maalala ninyo, mga kababayan, isa rin sa mga maliit nating kaparaanan, Hulyo, Agosto, Setyembre, wala po tayong ginawa nung nakaraang taon, kundi kausapin ang lahat ng business sector sa buong Pilipinas. What we call the marketing rally that we did last year. At kaya naman siguro, kahit na tinamaan tayo ng pandemic, ay nagkaroon pa rin tayo ng maliit na growth, mga kababayan.